I'm standing here in the Chapel of the Most Holy Rosary on the campus of Mount St. Mary, and I'd like to take you on a tour of this chapel and examine some of the stained glass windows. The windows here in the Chapel of the Most Holy Rosary were made in Munich, Germany by the Emil Frey Art Glass Company. Stained glass windows really flourished in the Middle Ages as a way of educating the illiterate in the stories of the Bible, in the sacraments, in the saints, and in other doctrines of the Catholic Church, such as the Immaculate Conception and the Coronation of Mary. But there's another reason that stained glass windows are important. Many people are unaware of the fact that when they visit a Catholic church and they attend Mass, they're not just participating in earthly worship, but they're participating in heavenly worship. Many times our minds will wander or we'll look around. If the stained glass windows weren't there and there was just clear glass, what would we be looking out into? We'd be looking out into maybe some trees, which are part of God's creation. We might be looking out into a parking lot or traffic lights. But what the stained glass windows do is block out the earthly creation so that we can focus more on heavenly things. And this way, if our minds do wander, our eyes do wander during Mass, they still remain focused on heavenly things. They remain focused on the eternal. This window here is one of two windows in this chapel which are depicting the birth of Jesus. This window is from the Gospel of Luke, and we know it's from the Gospel of Luke because we see the shepherds present who have come to adore the child as they come in from their fields. This is the Gospel which tells the story, Joseph and Mary having traveled from Nazareth to go to Bethlehem for the census, and when they arrived there was no room for them at the inn. And what we see is that Jesus had to be born in the stables, and in Bethlehem, which means literally the house of bread, Jesus' mother takes Jesus, who is the bread of life, and lays him in a manger. And we can see the manger, we can see the legs of the manger there just below Jesus. And she places him in a manger, which is a feeding trough for animals. This window is a portrayal of the coronation of Mary as Queen of Heaven and Earth. And we can see Mary kneeling before God the Father as Jesus, who is above her, places the crown on her head. We can see God the Father up here with the royal purple, holding the symbol of his kingship, his authority. He's holding the scepter and orb. We see the angel in front of Mary playing the harp, and we see her son, Jesus, crowning her. While it appears that there's only 4 characters in this window, there actually is a 5th character. If you look just above the orb to the Father's right, you see the dove, which is symbolic of the Holy Spirit. And what I love about this is that we see the Holy Spirit, and normally when you see the Holy Spirit in the form of a dove, the entire dove is engulfed in light. As you could see in the window across the chapel in the Annunciation with Mary, you could see the entire dove is just engulfed in light. But here, who knows why the artist did it, they decided to put just a little halo behind the dove's head. What we can see is that Mary has a unique relationship with each person of the Blessed Trinity. She is a daughter of God the Father, she is the mother of God the Son, and she is the spouse of the Holy Spirit. This window is a scene of Jesus blessing the children. It's a story that is found in all 3 of the Synoptic Gospels, Matthew, Mark, and Luke. And in the story, parents were bringing their children to have Jesus bless them. But the disciples of Jesus, who are conspicuously absent from this window, were rebuked by Jesus. In fact, Mark's Gospel is very harsh and says that Jesus was indignant with his apostles and said that whoever does not accept the kingdom of heaven as a child is not fit to enter it. And so the window portrays the scene of the children coming to Jesus and being blessed by them, and the window is for us an example. The question for us is, how do we approach Jesus? Do we approach Jesus as a theologian, as scholars, as learned people, as rational adults? or do we approach Jesus as a child, as he directs us? If we are able to approach God, approach Jesus as a child, it will change the way we pray.
I hope you have enjoyed this explanation of the stained glass windows in the Chapel of the Most Holy Rosary on the campus of Mount St. Mary College. I'm Dr. Robert Miller. Thank you for joining me.